Welcome to today's lecture on endocrinology, specifically focusing on the intricate interplay between hormones and stress adaptation. In this session, we will explore various topics related to endocrine regulation in response to stress, including the dysregulation of the HPA axis, the role of thermogenic hormones in cold adaptation, the impact of stress on the HPT axis, and much more. By the end of this lecture, you will have a comprehensive understanding of the complex hormonal mechanisms that enable our bodies to adapt to stressful conditions. So, let's dive right into our first topic, HPA axis dysregulation in chronic stress. Chronic stress is known to disrupt the body's homeostatic balance, and one of the key players in stress adaptation is the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal, HPA, axis. The HPA axis governs the release of corticotropin-releasing hormone, CRH, from the hypothalamus, which in turn stimulates the release of adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, from the pituitary gland. ACT then acts on the adrenal glands, triggering the production and secretion of glucocorticoids, such as cortisol. In chronic stress, the HPA axis can become dysregulated, leading to prolonged activation and altered cortisol levels. This dysregulation can have far-reaching effects on various aspects of physical and mental health. Different stressors can elicit distinct patterns of HPA axis activation. For instance, acute stressors trigger a rapid and transient increase in CRH and ACT, resulting in a temporary surge in cortisol levels. On the other hand, chronic stressors lead to prolonged HPA axis activation, characterized by sustained elevation in CRH, ACT, and cortisol. These distinct activation profiles have significant implications for the body's adaptation to stress and can contribute to the development of stress-related disorders. Cold exposure is a potent stressor that requires precise regulation of thermogenesis to maintain body temperature. Thermogenic hormones, such as thyroid hormones, T3 and T4, and catecholamines, epinephrine and norepinephrine, play a crucial role in cold adaptation. Thyroid hormones increase basal metabolic rate and promote heat production, while catecholamines stimulate brown adipose tissue to generate heat. These hormonal adaptations enable the body to withstand cold stress and maintain thermal equilibrium. Leptin and ghrelin are hormones primarily associated with appetite regulation. However, they also play a role in stress-induced metabolic changes. Leptin, primarily secreted by adipose tissue, decreases appetite and promotes energy expenditure. In contrast, ghrelin, mainly produced in the stomach, increases appetite and reduces energy expenditure. During stress, alterations in leptin and ghrelin levels can contribute to changes in food intake, body weight, and metabolic fuel utilization. The hypothalamic pituitary thyroid, HPT, axis regulates the production and release of thyroid hormones, which are essential for maintaining metabolic homeostasis. Chronic stress can disrupt the HPT axis, leading to alterations in thyroid hormone production and metabolism. Stress-induced changes in the HPT axis can manifest as hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, impacting energy expenditure, body weight regulation, and overall metabolic function. Stress affects the immune system, and endocrine factors play a crucial role in mediating this interaction. The production and activity of immune cells can be modulated by stress-induced changes in glucocorticoids, catecholamines, and other hormonal mediators. Alterations in the immune response to stress can have profound implications for susceptibility to infections, autoimmune diseases, and overall immune function. Cortisol, the primary glucocorticoid hormone, orchestrates various physiological responses to stress. It exerts its actions by binding to glucocorticoid receptors, GRs, present in almost all cells of the body. Cortisol GR signaling is critical for stress adaptation, immune regulation, metabolic homeostasis, and cognitive function. Dysregulation in cortisol levels or impaired GR signaling can contribute to the pathophysiology of stress-related disorders. Stress can have significant effects on the reproductive system through its impact on the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal, HPG, axis. Chronic stress can disrupt the delicate balance of reproductive hormones, resulting in alterations in menstrual cycles, decreased fertility, and disturbances in male reproductive function. Understanding the intricate interactions between stress and reproductive hormones is crucial for managing fertility issues and optimizing reproductive health. Growth hormone, GH, is involved in growth, regeneration, and stress adaptation. Stress stimulates GH secretion through the modulation of various hypothalamic and pituitary factors. GH promotes tissue repair, enhances immune function, and improves metabolic efficiency, thereby facilitating the body's adaptation to stress. Dysregulation of GH secretion can have implications for growth disorders, metabolic abnormalities, and overall stress adaptation. Stressful conditions, particularly chronic stress, can lead to insulin resistance and impaired glucose metabolism. The mechanisms underlying stress-induced insulin resistance involve complex interplay between glucocorticoids, adipokines, pro-inflammatory cytokines, and alterations in insulin signaling pathways. Understanding these mechanisms is essential for managing stress-related metabolic disorders, such as type 2 diabetes. Stress exerts profound effects on the central nervous system, CNS, and can modulate neuroendocrine signaling pathways. Stress-induced activation of the sympathetic nervous system and release of stress hormones can impact brain function, neurogenesis, synaptic plasticity, and cognitive processes. Dysfunction in neuroendocrine signaling under chronic stress conditions may contribute to the development of mood disorders, cognitive impairment, and other neuropsychiatric conditions. Early life stress has long-lasting effects on the endocrine system, influencing hormonal adaptations throughout life. Stress experienced during critical developmental periods can program the HPA axis, HPT axis, and other endocrine systems, leading to persistent alterations in stress responsiveness and susceptibility to stress-related disorders. Understanding the long-term consequences of early life stress is crucial for targeted interventions and strategies to mitigate its impact. In conclusion, the intricate relationship between hormones and stress adaptation is a vast and complex area of study within endocrinology. Through this comprehensive exploration of various topics, including HPA axis dysregulation, thermogenic hormones, the impact on reproductive and growth hormones, and the role of insulin resistance and neuroendocrine signaling, we have gained valuable insights into the mechanisms underlying stress adaptation. Further research in this field is essential to unravel the complexity of this interplay and develop targeted interventions to promote optimal endocrine function and stress resilience.